Greetings. All right, so today we're just going to be talking about eagle. We're going to be talking about the eagle just as far as the scorpionic energy, because this is the season of Scorpio. And I felt called to talk about just the scorpion. We've talked about that before. I did a symbolism video on scorpion. I don't remember if I mentioned that scorpion or Scorpio, either way, is a Latin word that actually means to cut. So this is a time of renewal. I know we were also discussing the fact that, this is the Day of the Dead was November the 1st, and it really is a month that is actually ruled by ancestors and things of that nature. Traditionally, this is actually, what do we got? This is the 9th month, so it ends a cycle. So in some of our cultures, it would be considered a new year because it's a renewal phase where you're cutting everything away that you don't need. You're taking all the learnings from the spring, the summer, and all of that, and cutting away the things you don't need, the toxic things, whether that's thoughts, ideas, behaviors, and things of that nature. So that's one aspect of the Scorpio, right? Because the Scorpio is the underworld. We know when we talked about the Scorpio before that the scorpion itself, when we talked about the scorpion, but we're talking about Scorpio, right? So when we talked about the scorpion before, the scorpion likes to be out in dark nights. It comes out at night. It doesn't come out on full moons. It likes to be out when the moon is completely covered in black. So it likes to move in the darkness. So that's what it is about Scorpio energy. It helps you see things that you might have been missing, whether it's subconscious patterns, beliefs, behaviors, etc., relationships, anything of that nature. And because this is such a powerful time planetary wise, and a lot of people are coming up against new ideas, and then the new ideas are being faced with the old ideas. It's this struggle, but it's also a time of awareness to see what isn't working for you and to see what subconscious patterns may have been blocking you or make you realize certain, communities or groups are not working for you. So the second aspect of that energy is the eagle. Why is the eagle associated with, the scorpion? Because once you become aware of these habits and you cut them, you become lighter. It makes it easier for you to fly. You're taking a precise look because the eagle has precision. It has precise vision. So you're getting under the microscope with this precise vision to see what needs to be cut so that you can begin to fly, so that you can become lighter, right? Because the eagle is also the phoenix, right? The phoenix rising. And it does represent freedom because basically you're flying. You're flying high, you're soaring, you're flying above it all. You're seeing what's not working, you're looking down at the little things that aren't working, and you're flying above it. And then you're making the steps necessary that you need to make. So that's one aspect. Then we have the serpent. The serpent is the shedding of the skin. So we know that serpents always shed their skin, and it's renewal. When we talk about Scorpio is a regenerative energy. It's the 8. And the 8 is an infinity sign. So it's a continuous cycle of regeneration, life, new life, death, new life, rebirth. When we look at the snake, it absolutely represents that. And the fact that it coils like this, which is symbolic of the double helix, which also makes the coiling symbol like this, related to DNA. And that's why the subdivision that Scorpio rules in the sky is the 8th subdivision in the sky, because it's that same infinity sign. But when we also talk about Scorpio, we're talking about Capricorn, because Capricorn rules over 8. So we're also talking about ancestors. So when we look at these symbols, or when we might see the scorpion symbol, or we might see the eagle symbol, because a lot of people, it's like victory, but it's victory over your lower self, victory over the things that are not serving you, because your lower self doesn't have to necessarily be, you don't have to have megalomania, or you don't have to be, a narcissist. You could be a people pleaser. You could have a scarcity mindset. That could be your lower self. The higher self understands that it's tapped into abundance all the time. So it's taking that look at these lower things and rising above it, becoming the phoenix, rising above these ideas or these communities or whatever you're experiencing right now, because everybody's astrology is very specific. So you're going to be experiencing this Scorpio energy different than somebody else. Also, it's a very volatile energy because it rules death, right? So people could be dying, that's one aspect. Unfortunately, this is the realm of duality. It's not even unfortunate. It just is what it is. So we have to acknowledge the darker aspects of what Scorpio brings and understand that every time there's a death, there's an opportunity for new life and to celebrate new life and to rebuild and to regenerate. So, because a lot of people get scared of scorpions, a lot of people are scared of Scorpios, but there's a purpose for the energy. So as soon as you understand what part of the sky in your personal chart this energy is ruling over, you can grasp a greater understanding of like your root fears. What are you scared of? What are your worries? What is the things that are behind the scenes? What are the things that are hidden in the subconscious mind? And when we're in this energy during this month, we get the opportunity to look at that. So we have the serpent, the ego, and we also have the serpent, the snake, the ego, and the scorpion that rule over 8. And that's basically what it means. So that's it. This was a short video. We've already talked about the scorpion before. The ego is obviously, very popular here in America and North America specifically. And it's been a very toxic place. So that also needs to be looked at, especially since I'm doing this on the day of the election, looking at, the things that are hidden within the United States and the ugliness that happened here in the United States, especially since it's the Pluto return, even though this is North America. But just to give you a better understanding and framework of what's being discussed, these are the things that we need to look at. So thank you again. Keep in mind that my book is now available. It's called Mastering Love Through Mastering You. It's available on Amazon.com. It's also available on my Etsy, which is Children of the Old World. If you just type in the book and you can't find the name of the website, it's there. And then I also have childrenoftheoldworld.com where the book can be purchased as an ebook. However, the soft cover is only available on Amazon. So if you want an actual physical cover, you have to buy it from Amazon. Also, keep in mind that I'm doing the consultations, the self-care consultations that actually work perfectly with the book or without the book, however you want to do it. And actually, what's available right now is that if you get the consultation, you get the book automatically. So that's a little special that I'm doing just for the month of November. So keep that in mind. If you go to my Etsy, that option is available. It's not available on my website, but all of the discounted stuff is available on Etsy. But consultations for self-care are really important because we're using your personal chart to make a personal self-care routine for you that works for you, so that we can highlight and look at the traumas, look at the fears and anything else that's associated with the negative aspects of life that you've been dealing with, and learn how to transform that through understanding your chart and create a routine that will help you move in that direction every single day. Because Rome wasn't built in a day, so it takes day-by-day steps to begin to change these things. However, it's very profound, it's very life-changing, and I highly recommend it. So thank you so much again for listening. I'll be posting another video soon. There's some other things that need to be discussed. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope that you're not caught up in the fear. I hope that you're finding a way to find peace and contentment. Much love, much fulfillment. All right.